Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Rays, and today I'm picking up after a few days of not doing much. I'll see if I can't get to getting Diablos up to level 100. I have not had a lot of time lately, so just gonna continue on. Alright, so Final Fantasy X is starting on the 14th of November at midnight. That's right. Matter of fact, the JP side will be experiencing a large amount of maintenance. I do believe 6 hours, which is a fair bit. So on your Friday evening, if you're playing on the JP side, well, you might want to wait. You're going to have to wait a little bit. I do believe that it'll start about 6 p.m. Japanese Standard Time and go for about 6 hours. Should finish about midnight, but you know, maintenance is maintenance, so it could finish or it could go a little bit longer. This is a pretty big update. It's probably one of the bigger updates we've seen more recently, so you know, just be prepared in case. Alright, so let's get into the news tonight, and we do have a bit of a surprise. Hey, thanks for the pop-ups. Go away. Alright. So let's talk about the first thing. First of all, Final Fantasy X is going to be coming in 2 waves, about 10 days apart. So 14th, we're going to be seeing Tidus and Yuna come to the game, and part 2 on the 24th of November, we will see Auron. Now, this is very clear cut, I feel like. First of all, Tidus is free, but you will still have to get his shards in the game. It should be noted that the Final Fantasy X event lasts till December 31st. Now, this is kind of a very long extended period for a collaboration. And it could just be that it's just whimsy shops and the Chocobo expedition that's going to be extended that long, so people, you know, who get these characters can, you know, fully build them over a long amount of time, kind of making it a little bit easier, and limited suck a lot less. But regardless, I think that it's pretty clear cut. First of all, Tidus is free, so, you know, if you're into water units or you're looking for a new physical sword unit, then or you're a new player, then Tidus is probably going to be a pretty good get. As for Yuna is just a magic attacker, and Auron is going to be probably the better physical attacker, you know, since you actually have to get Auron. But if you're asking me about preference at this point, I really think it's like whatever team you are developing, and whatever one suits your playstyle more is the character you should go with. Of course, as we see with all of these brand new characters, there's always a stage that favors them, so the correct answer is get everything, but that's a little too expensive. Alright, so we're going to take a look at these units, and gotta say, first of all, Tidus. Tidus is a free unit, free in quotation marks, in the sense that you basically get the first copy of him for free, but it looks like his character shards will still need to be earned. There's still the daily hard quests. There is still going to be unlocking his shards and everything. So while he is free, he's actually like free. So there's some exclamation points around that. Looking at his job, his primary job is his own unique one. His sub-jobs will be Paladin and Samurai. Pretty good overall. I think he should be a nice fairly tanky damage dealer, maybe a Cane Light, but with swords, and that's pretty good. Also, what's interesting is Limit Burst is a 4-hit ability with large damage and a little bit of range on it, so it'll be interesting to see where and just kind of how much damage he can output, since that seems to be the main thing. Now, he also has a couple other things. First of all, a delay hit ability that will, while only dealing medium damage, will kind of lower the CT a bit of the enemy. I don't think that this is going to be, whoa, crazy, it's going to break the game or anything like that. I think that it'll be solid. Speaking of solid, I also think that his Hastiga, which is can actually buff multiple units for 3 turns, is probably going to be the most valuable thing in his kit. It's unique, it's pretty strong, and I think, yeah, I just think this is really good. So, not much else to say about that. As for his master ability, we do know that it will be an ally water attribute up by 10%, attack by 15, and own defense penetration by 20. So he does have some defense penetration in his kit, at least from his master ability. Continuing on, I think that I think that Titus will be great for Ildera users like myself. I really like using her. She is just a absolutely solid farming unit, and Titus potentially works well with her as well as other water units because of this buff ability. And yeah, I just think that's really nice. So I'm really happy about that. Continuing on, Yuna-chan, looking adorable as ever. Primary job is, of course, I assume that it's basically going to be a summoner. Continuing on, Green Mage is her secondary job, and Kotodama, or Messenger, is her tertiary job. Interesting little mix. I'm curious to see what she gets from Green Mage, whether it's going to be the Imperils, or she's going to get this spell, but either way, Green Mage is a bit of a question mark about how valuable it will be, but an attacker with debuffs, I could see some use for that. Also, Kodama is just a generally strong job. It gets by evade units, and Yuna will already have a fair amount of attack, so it's probably going to be a good mix. Taking a look down, we do know that her limit burst is I do believe it's Energy Ray. Also, we're going to be looking at a combination of Re-Rays, Holy, and we already know that she has a healing spell. I believe it's Kuraga in her kit as well. So basically, she can dish out damage, she can heal, she's going to have Holy anyway, so maybe Kotodama / Messenger won't be quite as important, but I still think that this is going to be a really strong unit. Like, if you're looking for a new magic unit / healer, I think Yuna is going to be plenty good. Not to mention that her master ability, again, is the 10% up for light attribute allies. Light attribute allies attack plus 15 and own range attack resistance plus 10. So Yuna might be a little bit tanky. It'll be interesting to see how that works. But she can take some hits from gunners and mages and just ranged abilities. Interesting. We'll have to see the full kit. But yeah, I think it's nice. And like I said, the daily hard quest will be a thing, but since Titus is, free, you're basically going to get 50 free shards for that. As for Yuna will also come with one. I'm going to wait and see if there's an actual job board or what they are going to be giving that. The characters, but I assume there will be some ways of getting extra shards, and by the end of the year, I think this will be a much less stressful build for the Final Fantasy X units. Now, with that being said, we all knew about the Final Fantasy X units. What we did not know was the fact that there is another thing. Hey, who called it? Oh yeah, that's right, I called it. Bahamut is going to be finally making his way to the game, and holy dear God, it is looking like it's going to be an expensive step up, because this is a double cost UR vision card. That's right, the cost is 90 on this card, so much like it should be the exact same kind of principle as we see with Gilgamesh and whatnot, where the shards for this card are going to be more expensive. And of course, you get Bahamut off of it, which just got to give a shout out. Bahamut is looking effing amazing. Now, as for the card itself, it seems to power up magic and quickness for light-based units, or it seems to be primarily focused, the entire card seems to be focused around just light units and light magic units. So Bahamut seems to be a summon that is directly kind of focused towards Yuna, but if you had Yuna and Sakura together, this card is looking juicy, let me tell you. As for Bahamut, Bahamut looks like he will be a massive attack with, of course, Mega Flare, which will hit a big AoE area and will probably be the strongest summon that we have seen in the game by far. Think Odin, but to the next level. Either way, this is a huge thing, and I think that this summon will be a almost must-have. And if nothing else, that vision card looking pretty tasty. Excuse me. Oof, I did not mean to do that. All right. Continuing on, there is going to be a brand new series of shops special shop product lineup update. Weekly oval packs, summon beast strengthening packs, health and guild game packs, armor training, summon beast awakening, vision card strengthening, unit strengthening, armor strengthening, and release of memorial starter pack 1 through 3 are all going to be discontinued. This is pretty interesting because all of this stuff is getting discontinued. That means that packs are probably going to be updated, and hopefully in terms of value, getting a lot better value out of the packs. Now this, we don't know anything about. This wasn't really talked about a lot, and there's no other details yet, but I will take a look at them once the details are out and give you an update on whether or not they're good. But it is good thing that the shops are being updated for people who are spending. All right, and continuing on, looking at for some reason the loading is just, I guess, the thing my computer doesn't really want to do tonight. The Final Fantasy X event is basically going to be, at least for the first little bit, just like any regular event where you are collecting currency and doing EX quests. Here you are going to be doing Yuna's EX quest this week, trying to farm her staff / rod, whatever. And, you guys know how this works basically by now. I shouldn't have to say that. It should be noted that I do believe Brotherhood is just something that you get right at the when you just probably get through some kind of bingo board, and that will be kind of like the new Excalibur for a while, and probably pretty good for those just starting the game. Now, units' voices are also being added to the game, and this is pretty interesting because one UR in particular is getting her voice added to the game, and that is Luasa. She has been long without a voice, and now she will finally be able to speak. Although she has been speaking in the story, so that's kind of confusing. Also, SSR and lower units will also get voices, particularly the list is pretty sprawling and everything, all the way from Helena all the way down to Zazin will all be getting voices. We also plan to add voices for other units other than the collaboration units in the future. So get ready for that. Not collaboration units, but there you go. And continuing on, there's a lot to talk about today, and there's still going to be more news tomorrow. Class match will be held starting on Saturday, November 14th. There's going to be some restrictions to this time. First of all, the cost will be 220 or less. Of course, vision cards and summons are not included in this. However, the big thing this time around seems to be that sleep, charm, stop, don't move, don't act, resistance will all be buffed by 50 for all characters, meaning that you're going to have to rely more on damage rather than status effects, which is great because I think status effects are a little cheap, so cool. Other than that, class match will just be running for the week, and best of luck to everyone who is playing that. There will also be a guild joining campaign here on the JP side as we start to get into the anniversary. Basically, the more members your guild has, when this campaign finishes, the better. You'll get some lapis, you'll get some guild coins, and that's basically about it. As for, there will be a arena and friend match map update with a brand new one, the castle. Ooh, spooky. The castle looks to be a relatively simple map. I don't think that it looks as much of a problem as the more recent Mines map, but we'll have to wait and see about that. So yes, version 3.0 will be coming this Saturday for the JP side, including new such things as Mastery implementation, EX Job implementation, Guild Quest implementation, Vision Card Awakening Substitute Material, Summon Beasts, the start of Summon Beasts being able to be awakened to 3 stars, some UI repair, match battle, a little bit of renovation, battle, partial AI repair, and some other stuff too. One thing also that I don't think I've mentioned before, possibly, is the fact that opening of Royal Rank 12 or later. So all you whales, congratulations, you will now be able to go even higher than before. You will be able to get all the way past Royal Rank 12. So start charging those credit cards if you haven't already been buying a brand new system or something like that. I don't know why that example popped in my head. Anyway, so yes, Final Fantasy X going to be running for a while, so get ready for it, JP players. It's coming, and tomorrow we'll get a little bit more details about step-up banners and all of that stuff. But hey, if you would like to join me on November the 14th, the Saturday, on the JP side on live stream and check out the new Final Fantasy X stuff, please do. My Twitch channel has been linked in many videos, but just same name, Umber Rays on Twitch. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and see you next time.